Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Panaorios, so welcome back to No Man's Sky. So we got a couple things to do today in this episode. We need to get off this planet and get to a space station and talk to some intelligent life forms. And we also need to find a place that we're gonna sort of call our home planet, because I definitely don't want to stay on this planet because it's pretty toxic. So let's just get started. So first thing we have to do, last episode actually guys, I should name my ship, and I got one really cool suggestion. So we're gonna name our ship Oblivion, our thing up here. So let's go up here and let's rename our ship. Okay, there we go. Our ship is now called Oblivion. Now if we end up getting another ship, I may keep the name Oblivion or I may change it. I never know. I'll probably decide once we get to that point. But I was also thinking that there's a thing in this game where you can name planets and you can name systems you find, and I think it'd be really cool to name a planet or something after one of you guys. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know, because I have these here that I haven't uploaded yet, and it looks like this system has 5 planets, so that's 5 of you that could basically have your name in this game forever, I guess, or until there's a reset. So I'm not going to name anything right now, but I think that would be a cool thing to possibly do down the line. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. But anyways, so before I started this episode, I actually went and I grabbed some more of that copper we got before that I didn't grab all of, and I made some more of that chromatic metal. So you see now I have a 210, and I also went to farm a bunch of carbon, and I ended up turning that carbon into condensed carbon with the refiner. All it really takes is carbon. So basically we use carbon to make carbon. And I also made a bunch of this magnetized ferrite by turning this ferrite dust into pure ferrite and then the pure ferrite into this magnetized ferrite. Now the reason I did that is because this stuff really fuels your terrain manipulator really quickly. So I might as well have a bunch of that on hand. And I want to grab a bunch of other stuff. But anyways, let's stop stalling. Let's get off this planet. So I'm going to save real quick just in case I crash for any reason. And I'm going to pick up my save beacon. So our inventory space is not doing too well right now. All I have is really 4 available slots. Even my starship is pretty much full. But once we get to the space station, I'll be able to sell some stuff. Now I didn't bother working on the house anymore because we're not going to stay here very long. So let's just get into space and let's get out of here. Alright, space station. We are not coming yet. We need some fuel. Well, good thing I grabbed some uranium because I can use this to fuel our launch thrusters. And it only takes 40, and I have 229, so I'm glad I grabbed some of that. That was actually a byproduct of my farming. Now this pulse engine, I don't have the stuff for this. I'll show you once we get into space what uses for that. Well, let's get out of here. So we gotta get to the space station, which is over here. Let's see if I can pulse jump. Or am I too close? Nope, I'm too close to the planet. What about now? Let's just go straight up. There we go. Okay, now we're in space. Now the stuff that fuels our pulse engine is actually these asteroids over here. So let's break up a couple of these. We want something called tritium or tritium. I forget how you say it. Let's see if we get any, and then maybe I can figure out. Yeah, we want this stuff here, tritium. This is what will fuel our pulse engine. So I'm gonna get max stacks of this, which is 500. And then we can get to the space station. Alright guys, I got enough tritium to last us for quite a while. So let's actually refill our pulse engine. And let's get to the space station. Now there are 5 planets in this system, like I said. And the cool thing you can do is actually scan to see what's on the planet. So this planet here, your DC-11, looks like it's a paradise planet. It has albumin pearl, star bulb, silver, paraffinium, and copper, which is good for chromatic metal, as we already know. Now paradise planets are really beautiful. We might actually go there to see, maybe we can make that our home planet for the time being. But we got another planet here, Eurison, which is a blighted planet. I've never heard of that before. We have fungal mold, sodium, ammonia, and copper. And we have another one over here which has, well, slow down now. Okay, we got another one here that looks pretty dead, actually. Yeah, empty planet. It just has pure ferrite and copper. Yeah, that planet's we're probably not going to go to that one. But instead of 6 hours, let's take a minute to get here. I'll pick up with you guys once we actually make it. Alright, we only got 3 seconds to the space station, so we should be pulling in pretty soon. Let's actually slow down a bit. Alright, space station. Now, if I remember correctly, the life form in this area are the Gek, so there should be a ton of Gek in here. And we can chat with all of them, which is going to be awesome. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to know a lot of what they're saying. But hey, it doesn't hurt to chat. But it looks like it wants us to go... Oh no, find life forms and ask about the emergency signal. Alright, so let's go over here. And let's talk to some Gek. Yeah, look at all of them. That's awesome. Okay, here we go. This guy has some really out there eyes. Trade Envoy Setagor. I have no idea what you're saying, buddy. The alien looks at me expectantly. They are clearly waiting for something. Do they know about the code I found at the signal repeater? Let's repeat the code. I'm pretty sure it's all those 16s. Startled by my message, the life form emits a dramatic squeak. Though I do not recognize their words, the shake of their head is unmistakable. Alright, looks like that guy doesn't know anything. Let's see, do you know something? What's your name? Manager... Yidamins? Yidaminins, okay. Still don't know what you're saying. I gotta learn some of this language. The life form chatters away, assessing me with its beady, inquisitive eyes. Maybe they will recognize the code I found at the signal repeater. The alien falls silent. I do not know if they understood the code, but my words have clearly had a dramatic impact on them. Okay, he doesn't know anything either. What about you? Mining Overseer Nupiv. The alien looks at me expectantly. They're clearly waiting for something. Okay, we read that one. Repeat the code. Startled by my message, the life form emits a dramatic squeak. Okay, you don't know anything either. Waste of time. What about you? Sales Gek Japal. Don't know what you're saying. We're gonna move on. The life form stares at me silent. When I blink, I see that same red light that stared at me at the terminal. I feel compelled to repeat the code I heard at the signal repeater. Oh, here we go. We are watching you, traveler friend. Find what we have left you. Okay. Though the alien speaks, the words are not their own. The code is echoed back to me through the red glare, transformed into a set of coordinates. The crimson light fades away, and I see the life form blinking at me expectantly. Whatever has happened, they do not appear to have seen it. I should leave and find whatever has been left for me. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, so we have some life sign signals detected. Looks like we have to go down to a distress beacon on planet. We're gonna talk to some more people. If anything new pops up, I'll let you guys know. There's fear lurking behind the eyes of this Gek, as if they have seen things that no being should see. They gesture at me with alarm. Do I reassure him or do I panic? Let's reassure him. Let's calm him down. Nothing I do calms the Gek. They were anxious before I arrived and will remain anxious after I leave. Alright, tried to help him. Let's talk to some other people. The trader wants to make itself understood. They click their beak slowly and nod their head encouragingly. A small line of drool glistens in the rays cast by the facility's lighting apparatus. Now I can request help with their language, I can ask for directions, or I can leave. We need to know some words, so let's ask for dialect help. Let's see what word we know. We learn, I should say. Okay, we learned the word for hi. Now let's see what directions he has for us, if that's still an option. Okay, give him 1,000 units or leave. I think I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna hold on to all the money I can. The Gek is a most miserable sight. A picture of dismay and deflation. They look at me in a way that begs for pity. Do I wave them away or do I give them credits? Let's give them credits. Or units. The Gek is overjoyed, looking at me with what might even be described as love. Oh, did you fall in love with me for some credits? That's weird. Now this guy here is actually the bounty guy, so he gives us missions that we can complete. But it looks like he has nothing. The life form gestures apologetically. Their exact meaning is unclear, but it's apparent there is no work for me here. Okay, so this guy doesn't have any work for us, but that's a good way that we can make some money. This guy we can't even bother talking to yet, so I'm gonna leave him alone. Okay, good. We just learned the word for docking. I just requested some dialect help from this guy here. Alright, I think we should probably sell some stuff, so let's head over to this galactic trade terminal and sell some of the stuff that we really have no use for right now. So let's see. We have that rusted metal I picked up. We can get 1,600 credits from there. I'm gonna hold on to this ammunition. You never know when we might need some ammo. Advanced battery. I'm pretty sure we needed this for that teleporter I picked up from the blueprints. I also think I'm going to sell this sulfurine that we found, which was a byproduct of something that I mined. We're going to get rid of that. We could probably pick it up again later. And let's see what's in our ship. We have this copperite, which I'm pretty sure we can find again. And we have the silver we got from those asteroids. So we're going to sell that as well. Now the rest of the stuff I think I'm going to hold on to. I might actually get rid of this gamma root. I don't have a use for it right now, even though I know it's going to be useful later on. But at least we know what planet that we can get it on. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's take a look at our inventory. So we got quite a lot of stuff here, but I'm pretty sure we're going to burn through this stuff fairly quickly, so I'm not too worried about that. Now this teleporter here is how we can get back to our base quickly, but I really don't want to use this, but I think we need to activate it in order for it to be online. So right now it says it's offline, so I guess once we build another base it will become online. But let's hop over to the other side and let's see what's over there. So the thing I wanted to show you on this side is actually the parents modifier, and we can actually change what we look like. We can become a Gek like everyone else in the system, but we don't learn the language. We're still gonna have to learn the language ourselves. We can become a Viking, which is another race. We can become the Korvax, which is like a computer race, and we can become the Travelers. So let me know in the comments if you want me to change to any of these other races, but right now we're gonna stick with Anomaly. I'm gonna actually take some time and run through this and see what I can come up with, and then you'll see what our character looks like once I'm done. Okay, well that took an awfully long time, but we're finally done. So this is what we got so far for our character. If you guys have any other suggestions about what race I should turn to, like I said before, let me know in the comments. But right now, this is what we're gonna look like. So next thing I want to do is actually go over here and buy an exosuit upgrade. And this is where we can get some new slot. Now the slot I'm really interested in is this cargo slot, but it looks like we don't have enough to actually get this, so we're gonna come back here later once we have some more money, and we're gonna pick up that cargo slot. Now the good thing about this is that it actually holds 500 other resources instead of 250, so that's gonna become really valuable down the line. So let's hold off on that. Now these other three, they sell stuff for daylight clusters, but if we take a look, I only have 13, so there's nothing for me to buy. So let's just hop back to the Oblivion and let's see what this distress signal is. Alright, here we go. Let's get out of here. Okay, so where is that distress signal? Have we been to this planet? Is this the one we started on? I don't think... This might be the one we started on. Actually, no, this isn't the one we started on because it says unmapped. The one that we have should show our base. The one that we started on actually should show our base. Yeah, so we started on the one behind that paradise planet. So this one will be brand new territory for us. So let's get back into the warp and let's get down there. Alright, let's see what this planet's about. It's probably going to be as bad as the other one because it does grow fungal mold. And I'm pretty sure fungal mold grows in toxic places. Oh, it's a freighter. Now, I don't even know if I'll be able to show you guys how cool freighters actually are. But let's slow down before we crash. And let's land over there because if we land near those little cylinders, we actually get a free takeoff, and it's not going to take any of our resources. Alright, so we got caustic moisture, passive sentinels, abundant flora, and something with fauna. Alright, so let's head up here and let's see what they left us, whoever they are. Log damage, partial records available. The signal has led me to the wreck of a freighter, colossal fragments of metal scattered across the landscape. Did it break apart on impact? I wonder, or was it already sundered when it began its final descent? Nestled among the debris, I find the pilot's log blinking, awaiting input. Let's request the log. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. They are followed by a short message. The anomaly comes from the stars. Take flight. A schematic for a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. Oh, we get a hyperdrive now. I pulled the blueprint from the computer, but this hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of this size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. So somebody wanted us to find this hyperdrive, and it looks like it needs chromatic metal and 5 microprocessors. Now, we usually get microprocessors from those containers, like these little green boxes or the yellow boxes. So we have to figure out how to get microprocessors. Buy microprocessors from a space station. I need 95,000 units. Open the guide to learn how to make money. Let's see if this freighter will help us out in any way, because the special thing about these freighters is that they actually have buried treasure, believe it or not. So let's go over here. This is actually the first one here. So you see these little treasure symbols here. We need to go and unearth all of them. If I remember correctly, there should be 6 of them. So let's see, let's use the terrain manipulator and let's break open this. Here we go. So we gotta fix these things to get it. We need pure ferrite and we need oxygen. That shouldn't be a problem. So I have tons of oxygen. Yeah, I have more than enough. And we need pure ferrite. So we need to turn this ferrite dust into pure ferrite. So let's do that real quick. So we got our portable refiner. Let's pop in some carbon. And let's turn... Where is it at? Let's turn this ferrite dust into pure ferrite. Alright, I'll be back with you guys once we have that. I'm actually going to go around and unearth all of these containers. Okay, so we got all 6 unearthed, and I'm pretty sure our pure ferrite is done. Yep, 250. This should be perfect. So let's just pick up all this stuff. Now let's see if I have enough room for some added stuff. Yeah, I got 4 slots. I'm actually gonna get rid of this just in case we don't have enough. So let's go ahead and fix this first cargo pod. Pure ferrite 50 and 20 oxygen. Alright, there we go. Now what do we get? We got carbon from that? Oh no, we got Starship launch fuel. Awesome. So that stuff is basically the same as uranium, and we can use this to launch off the ground. Yeah, so we can actually drop that in here. But our Starship's out of range, so we can't do that right now. Let's head to the next one. This one actually took me a little while to figure out, but we got it here. And same stuff. Let's pop that in. What do we get? Ooh, unstable gel. I think we can sell that for quite a bit of money. Let's check that out. Unstable gel. Yep, we can sell that for 80,000 units. That's awesome. So we're gonna sell that, definitely. We got something down here. Excuse me. Alright, let's see. What do we get from you? Ooh, another unstable gel. Wow. So we're gonna make 160,000 off of this ship so far. Alright, next pod. We're going to get polyfiber. Let's see, can we sell polyfiber? 200,000 units. Alright, we're gonna sell that as well. Yeah, you guys see how lucrative freighters can be? You can get stuff. I think one time on one of my other saves, I got something that I sold for 2 million credits. I think it was called a cryo pump. Alright, next chamber. What do we get from you? Ooh, a heat capacitor. How much can you sell for? Heat capacitor. 240,000 units. Yeah, we're gonna make so much money. I think we have one more. Looks like we have 2 more. So let's go ahead and unearth these guys. Maybe it'll be something to sell, you never know. What do we get? Starship fuel. Okay, still useful. Nothing we can sell, but definitely useful. And we have one more pod over here. Right in this hole. Alright, final pod. Give me something good. Oh, 54,000 credits. Okay. So we got a lot of credits from here. I'm going to make my way back to the space station. And we are awfully close to that 95,000. But now it looks like we're going to have much more than that. Alright guys, we're back on the space station and we're going to sell and see how much we can make. So we got this unstable gel which we can sell for 150,000 units. Now it says that I'm basically being ripped off here, but we need the units, so I might as well just sell, because that's what that red means, that I probably could sell it more in a different system. But right now, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so we're at 243. Let's sell this polyfiber for another 200,000. Alright, let's sell this heat capacitor for 248,000. And what else did we have? I think we had one more thing. Oh no, that was actually it. So we need to buy how many microprocessors? I think we need to buy 4 of them, because we need 5 in total. So let's go ahead and buy the 4 we need. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. 4 of them. 76,000. Which is basically nothing compared to what we have now. Alright, so now we can make the hyperdrive. Okay, so in the ship, we need to put a hyperdrive in here. Let's make it in the technology slot so that we're not taking up a section from here. So we go over to the technology slot and let's make that hyperdrive. Chromatic metal and microprocessor. There we go. So now what this allows us to do is actually warp to a whole nother system. So let's get over here and let's grab this first. Okay, so we're gonna put the cargo slot, which is gonna cost 50,000. You guys see how much more it costs than a normal slot, but it's very much worth it. Now what I typically do is there's these drop pods that you can find, and if you fix them up, you actually get a suit upgrade for free. From here on out, if we find any upgrades like these, I'm gonna put them for general slots, but those drop pods, I'm actually gonna use them for my cargo slots. But now that we have that cargo slot, we can actually move some stuff over. Now, seeing as we have an excess of this carbon, I think I'm going to move this to that cargo slot. And so now we have 421 in this cargo slot, and we can get up to 500, which is awesome. And that frees up a slot for us, which is even better. So now we have to figure out how to find antimatter, because I'm pretty sure that's the next part of our mission if we take a look at discoveries. Right here, find antimatter. Follow the signal and locate a source for antimatter to create warp fuel. Alright, here we go. Let's get back out there and then we can scan and see what our next steps are. Signal trace detected. Scan to amplify. I gotta wait for my scanner to charge, of course. Alright, there we go. Let's scan. Let's see where we could find some antimatter. Message amplified, target locked. Ooh. There's antimatter on, oh, the same planet we just came from. Alright, guess we'll go back down there. Okay, so we're getting close to our anomalous broadcast, and hopefully this place will give us some antimatter. Alright, so where should we land? Is there any of those free beacons? Nope, I guess we'll land right here then. Landing area not clear. This is the clearest spot. Oh, this place has the whispering eggs. We might be able to make a lot of money off this place. Yeah, because these eggs here. Now, I don't want to show you what pops up, but I think I kind of have to warrant why I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But if we break one of these eggs, we're going to break one, and we're going to get attacked by these things. Now, can I grab what came out of it? I can't. Okay, so we need to get out of here. Let's actually go inside this building. Oh, crap. Those things hit so hard. Okay. We're good. We're good. Alright, so I'm going to farm all of these eggs. There's actually a way that we can get all of these eggs, and we can sell these eggs for even more money. But first, we probably should go in here and see what this station has for us. Residual goop. Now, I'm going to get rid of this stuff. Normally, I would just sell it, but we're going to make so much money off this one building that I'm not going to bother doing that. Terminal online. Selecting key. Decrypting. Success. The terminal is clogged with an unnerving pulsating slime. Nevertheless, it appears to function. As I touch the input panel, the alien substance reacts violently and make a note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single unblinking crimson eye. It deposits a sample of antimatter, accompanied by a strange message. Let's read this log and take the antimatter. You will find us when the time is right. A bunch of 16s. Okay, so we have antimatter housing, a formula for that, and they give us antimatter. Fantastic. Oh, geez. So it looks like the next thing we have to do is actually craft that antimatter housing. So let's do that before I start farming these eggs. So we got the antimatter housing, and we need to make the warp cell from that. So let's go ahead and make that. So now we can fuel our hyperdrive with that warp cell. So let's go over here. Where's our hyperdrive? Oh yeah, we put it in the technology slot. Let's go ahead and fuel that. So now this gives us, I believe it's just one jump to another system. But I think what I want to do first is actually farm these eggs. As you see, the horrors, those little weird things went away. And I'm going to farm these eggs, and then I'll be back with you. Alright, we're back, everybody. So there were like 6 or 7 stashes or nests of those eggs there, and I managed to get quite a lot of them. So as you can see, I have a bunch of stacks here, and each full stack of 5 sells for 475,000 units. So what we're going to do is actually sell all of this, and I think I'm going to end the episode there. Now, I wanted to end this with our first jump, but I think it's gone on long enough. But instead, we're going to end this episode a millionaire. I think that's a great ending. And then hopefully if we come across any ships, maybe we'll have enough money to actually pick them up. But anyways, let's head over to the Galactic Trade Terminal, and let's see how much money we come out of here with. We got pretty lucky this episode. We found a freighter, and we found a place with all those eggs, which sell for quite a lot of money. So let's get down to those eggs. Where are they? Here we go. So all these lava cores we can sell for 3.8 million units. Let's go ahead and do that. And now, finally, we have 4 million units. I think that's a pretty good start for only the 3rd episode. We definitely got pretty lucky. Now, I think I'm going to end it there. In the next episode, we should be making our first jump to another system. And I think that would be really cool. Hopefully we can find a good ship and a good planet. Like, we could possibly even pick up this ship, but I think I'm going to hold off until we find something that I truly want. But anyways, like I said, that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And also do me a favor and click the notification bell so you can be notified when I post. If you didn't, however, leave a comment. Let me know why. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Later.